Okay, so this is the TRX6 long travel kit I built. Put quite a bit of work into this to get the articulation and the travel that I wanted out of it. It does utilize the TRX4 long travel lift kit with some modifications to the shocks and the links, obviously, to fit the third axle and to get the extra travel out of the shocks. The base TRX4 lift kit comes more set up really just to be able to run 2.2 tires, and it stiffens the shocks up, doesn't give you as much articulation, and I mean, it's good and it has potential, but it doesn't come really made for crawling. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you how I did this, and yeah. Okay, so first off, I did buy two of the TRX4 long travel lift kits. It possibly could be done with one if you could modify some of the original links that come with it and put some different shock ends on them to make them the correct length for the back axle. But it's a little easier if you just buy two. You don't really use that much out of the second kit, but you just have to look at it and see what you think. I'll show you how I did it. So let's take the body off here. I did install, pretty cool, magnet mount for the body, so you don't have to pull the body clips. You can still, I made it where you can still put the body clips on if you wanted to, if you're really going rock crawling and gonna flip and that kind of stuff a bunch, because it can come off. Also, soldered all the lights that come factory with it to the magnets so that they, here I'll show you, they come on as soon as you put the body on. So just take this, and boom, lights. Pretty cool. There's a lot of videos on YouTube describing how to do that, so I won't go way into detail on that. Okay, so the long travel kit. Start off, you just buy the long travel kit for the TRX4. This is from this axle to this axle is the stock wheelbase of a regular TRX4, or if it's 12 point something inches. Anyway, there's a couple different links. It does fit one of those links. So these links, drive shafts, steering linkage, all that, it comes, you can get all that with one kit. It works perfectly. The back axle is where it gets a little bit tricky. I used two of the links out of the kit for I guess that would be the lower links. They fit just right for that. And on the upper links, I could not find any that were really the right length for that. So I had to take how the longer links kind of work is they give you a new rod, and they also give you rod ends. The rod ends that screw on are different lengths, some of them longer, some of them are shorter. So I took the original links that were on the upper links of the third rear axle back here and just put some of the longer rod ends on them. I think I actually put a longer rod end on each side to start with, but it was too long. So I just put a longer rod end on one end of them and left the original rod end on the other. And that seemed to work pretty good. And one of the big things when trying to, I guess, get everything to line up back here with the linkage and everything, I did have to play around a good bit with the actual links to keep the portals and everything. You want them to stay vertical and in line with each other. You don't want one to be, tilted forward or tilted back. It would still work, but not properly. And on some of the links on the center axle right here, I had to, I think I screwed those in, the rod ends on them a little bit extra to make them shorter so that this rear axle doesn't hit the rear link mounts. So when it compresses right here, it still barely scrubs them, but it doesn't affect anything. Originally it was hitting and stopping the articulation right there, or the suspension travel, but just shorten those up and you get full travel out of that. The servo cables for the diff lockers, just use the ones like it tells you to use on the front and the center axle for the regular TRX4. On the very rear axle, so what I did was I just used the cable it come with and just kind of rerouted it so it had a little bit shorter path to the servo. I think originally it comes, where is it? If you can see this up under the link mount right here, you'll see it if you go to work with it. I just run it out from under that path under the mount right there, and just let it run underneath that. It's a little bit shorter of a distance, and it works perfectly fine. It's not going to get caught up on anything. It's fine. And so all the diff lockers, everything works perfect, just like it did stock. Yeah, it's not in a bind at all there. The drive shafts. Okay, so just do all this up front, just do exactly like it says on the TRX4 kit. The rear drive shaft, I'm trying to remember exactly what the deal was there. I believe, obviously it was a little bit too short because when you put those links on, it extends the axle out just a little bit. And for some reason, the ends of the drive shaft where they screw on to the axle did not want to fit the extra the different lengths of shafts that they give you in the kit. I don't know why they made that different, but they did. This is what I had to do. It had something to do with the way they fit up in there. I wish I could recall exactly what it was. Okay, they've got like a little indentation. Yeah, they've got a little indentation where the end comes into the shaft, and you kind of slide it in there and then screw it together. Well, the piece that's supposed to slide into the indentation is not the same size as it is for all the other axles for whatever reason. Traxxas, I don't know why you did that. But anyway, I was able to, I think I took a knife and kind of shimmied it out a little bit, and then took a vice clamp and pretty much just jammed it in there. So it's not going anywhere. If I ever have to take it off, I'll probably hate myself for that. But it's there, it works, no issues with it. The reason I did that, I initially thought the original drive shaft might work for it, but when you compressed all the way down on this axle and left this one all the way out, it was right at the end of the shaft, and it was going to pop out eventually if I didn't get that longer piece in there. But it worked. Everything's working good with that. Let's see what else. Okay. Well, first I'll get to the shocks, because that kind of plays hand in hand with this. On the shocks that it comes with, I'm not sure what color springs, but they're really stiff. So I bought the TRX4, I think they're orange. Yeah, orange springs. They're the second softest springs that Traxxas makes for the long travel kit. Make sure you get the ones for the longer kit. I don't remember exactly what millimeter they are. I think 110 maybe. Because it definitely needed some softer springs on it for crawling and flex and that kind of stuff. And also the shocks come with these little spacers right below the shock body that kind of stop the shock from making its full travel. I don't know why. I assume it has something to do with just the way Traxxas wanted it to fit. Maybe to be able to fit bigger tires on it so they don't hit the body or something when it's fully compressed, or I don't know. I guess they just determined that was best. Anyway, I removed those. Like I said, they're just on the shock shaft right there. Take those off. You don't need them. And lighter springs and 15 weight shock oil. That would give you a pretty good bit more travel than what the instructions call for when you're setting up the shocks. And also when you do that, one reason TRX6 may have put the little stoppers in there. On the front axle right here, when it compresses all the way, it does hit the diff cover up front, does hit the steering linkage when it's been fully compressed. Not bad enough to hurt anything. You still get 95% of your travel, but it will bump that occasionally. And I think what else? I think that's pretty much it for getting the long travel out of the TRX6. Just, you can buy 2 kits. You may want to start with one to see if you can make it work with the rear axle. I don't think I could have. So I know with 2 kits it can definitely be done, and it works really good. I did put the one of the stronger servos on the TRX6 makes. It's the I can't see the the TRX6 2255. I think it was 400 something ounces of whatever they call it. And it works really well with this. The kit does come with a new mount for the servo to lower it, so it kind of keeps everything in line, more like it is factory with your steering linkage and everything. And that's part of the reason that it hits the link on that front diff when it compresses like that. Let's see what else I have done to this. Obviously, just wheels and tires. That's pretty much it. I really just wanted to see if a long travel lifted TRX6 could be done utilizing everything that they give you, but building it for crawling and stuff like that, and not just, I didn't care if it was just higher and you could just fit bigger tires on it. That's not really going to do anything other than make it look better, if that's the look you like. These are 1.9 inch rock beasts, by the way. They are just a little bit bigger than the regular 1.9s that come on here. I was a little concerned about them fitting with these 2 rear axles back here. You have to be really careful with that. That's why I would not go with 2.2s on this. One, it would lift it up even higher, and you really don't need to be any higher than what it is, because it's just going to tip over all the time. So these 1.9 rock beasts, they measure out a little higher than a standard 1.9, so they fit really well. They raised it just a hair, but there's no issues with them scrubbing each other on the rear. Let's see. As far as the body goes, I mean, I just added some little stuff I wanted to. The front bumper, roof rack, stuff like that. I mean, anybody can add stuff like that they want to, just to make it look how they want it to look. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything together really well. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Definitely gives a lot more articulation with the suspension travel. It's really cool to see it go across the rocks and stuff now. I mean, it's just tons of travel. It pretty much crawls over anything. I did own, these are Vanquish wheels right here. I did buy some of the wider hub extensions, whatever they're called, to actually mount it to the axle. I think these are what they call their 625. I also got their 750 or whatever it is, just in case I want to go a little bit wider. But I think the 625 works pretty good. You already get just a little bit of scrubbing on your fenders here when it's at full flex. But I would suggest that you go a little bit wider, even if you keep the stock tires, which work really well. I would probably suggest buying something to extend those out just a little bit. I think I bought over there. I've got them over there somewhere. I think the brand was Trill Hex extenders. They're like plus 5 millimeters, and they actually come with longer drive shaft ends that go through the portals to screw it on with, so that you still have the same amount of thread sticking out when you put that hex extender on there. So that's a pretty good option there if you're just looking to get a little bit of extra width, because I think when you lift it like this, it really does need a little extra width, so to help with the side roll, because it is a little top heavy. I did do a couple of base tests with it to see what degree it actually flips when it's on its side like this and going straight up and down. I took some baseline tests with that, so I will be doing a comparison with that pretty soon on how much this kit affected its rollover angle, and several videos planned to go outside and get on the rocks and let you guys watch how it performs. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.